Maybe you've heard of Belle Delphine. She's a lewd cosplayer slash entrepreneur slash wang commander. I know. I'm hopping on trends, but daddy's gotta pay the bills. Speaking of which, Belle Delphine says she's into baby daddy domination, which I am too, because sometimes I need to feel helpless and safe. Listen up for a sec. I want to talk to you face to face. Right now, things are getting out of hand. More out of hand than your schlong during refractory. Cyberspace used to be a place where you could post Pokemon Rule 34 and talk about video games. It still is that, but times are a-changin'. With the explosion of social media over the last decade, internet addiction is becoming more and more prevalent. The constant dopamine injections from shiny Instagram pics, the constant information load shoved down your brain pipe, and now there's even girls acting saucy on the internet! I can't believe it! America's Puritan ancestors did not sell diddle so Belle Delphine could pour water down her booty crevasse! So what's the dealio?
Yeah. What is the dealio?
Ryan, I'm monologuing and you're ruining it! I'm trying to tell people that Belle Delphine is actually... This IRL elf chick who likes octopuses and also men ages 40 to 50 but won't date them because they'll die too soon is quite something.
What just happened?
Nothing, Ryan, don't worry about it! This is the story of an English lady converting the internet's loneliness and diddleless frustration into cold, throbbing cash. Of thoughterry committed so shamelessly that the neckbeards and girls you wish you knew in real life have really, truly felt wronged. It's a tragic thing, a strange thing, and it's the story of how Belle Delphine conquered the internet and may or may not have conquered your mind. It's the story I'm gonna tell you today. The story you never heard. Hey, you thirsty gamers. I'm Grant. I'm selling Gamer Girl Bathwater steeped in me. Life is hard, but this'll make it even harder. Let's get started. Whoa, come on! There's a great deal of contention towards those who the internet perceives as thoughty too haughty. Some people see them as exploiting your vices down there. Some just think they're doing what they love as a business. Others see them as empowering women by showing their bodies. Others still immerse themselves in these lewd cosplayers to an obsessive degree. Speaking of which, have you ever wanted to buy a fresh jar of Gamer Guy Bathwater? Well, haven't we all? The issue is making sure your information is safe while doing so. So it's a good thing we've got our sponsor, Dashlane. Dashlane is a desktop and mobile app to make the most irritating and risky parts of your digital life simpler and safer. It's got it all. 8 password manager, VPN, autofill for your info, dark web monitoring, and breach alerts. You might think, what if Dashlane gets hacked? Well, Dashlane stores and encrypts your information locally on your device using your master password. So nobody but you will have access to your information. It's super annoying creating different passwords and entering your information for every single site you use. But Dashlane does it all for you. So go to dashlane.com/Treesicle where the first 200 people will enjoy 10% off using code Treesicle and get a free premium trial for 30 days. And thanks to Dashlane for sponsoring this video. Now, back to it. On June 16th, 2019, Belle Delphine posted to her Instagram that she would be making an account on the hub of Prawn and uploading hot videos there. She promised the videos within 48 hours. For 2 days, teenagers and incels everywhere stopped tenderizing their respective no-nos. They wished to save their climax for an event which promised the release of a lifetime. However, on June 18th, something terrible happened. She did not post videos of herself getting it on like Donkey Kong. A video titled Belle Delphine Gets Huge Dripping Cream Pie was literally her squirting whipped cream into a tin and plopping it onto her face. A video titled PewDiePie Goes All the Way Inside Belle Delphine was simply her eating a printout of PewDiePie. She didn't bang PewDiePie. The chronically diddleless part of the internet was furious. Now, naughty comments on naughty websites are usually gold, but these ones were gold tainted by creepiness and blue-balled anger. F*** you, Belle. I even got 8 different pocket pussies ready for this shit. I want to f***ing kill myself now. It's all your fault, you bitch. I made this account just to say screw you! My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined! You have 5 minutes to rectify the mistakes you have made before I make the look like a f***ing joke! Whoa, dude. Why is this so important to you? You realize it's just videos? Maybe this is a little obsessive? A little unhealthy? Indeed, there is a direct correlation between those who are really into lewd cosplayers and those who have no hole in which to bury their respective bones. For the men and women you wish you knew, whose balls are now blue, this trolling hit them hard. The people creating lewd content on social media are often referred to as thoughts. Thought is an acronym for that hoe over there. I don't use that word, but for context, I'm simply referring to those who the internet perceives as thoughts. Is being a thought really so easy? Is being a thought manipulative? Scroll through Instagram, Patreon, or any platform that promises the potential to become self-employed doing what you love, and you'll find an endless stream of people trying to make it big by being hot. Men and women and in-betweens. It's the way of the world. It always has been. Occasionally, you'll have breakout successes that stand out above the rest. But being a thought is a weird thing. Like any form of business, marketing is important. And marketing is inherently deceptive. With all the clickbait I've used in my day, I am absolutely guilty of being deceptive. Coca-Cola does the same thing, and so does Belle Delphine. She originally got big making ahagao faces. That's a facial expression from anime where someone is at the height of physical excitement for you normies out there. Indeed, Miss Delphine would dress up as either an anime character, an elf, or something nerdy that would reach deep into your imagination and then explode a holy hand grenade of big nut energy. That's the marketing trick of every linguini lingerini cosplayer who's ever succeeded, my paisanos. They hit you deep with the characters of your dreams and tie a string around your nethers so you'll give them money. Is it manipulative? Absolutely. Is it immoral? What are morals? We covered Five Nights at Freddy's for years. I ain't preaching. A while ago, I made the conscious, personal decision to unfollow every lewd model and sexy cosplayer on social media. I realized that by choosing to allow these people to inundate my Instagram, Twitter, or whatever feeds, I was allowing them to inundate my consciousness. I'm not sharing this story as some small-minded attempt to destroy the followings of these people, but rather to share my perspective on how consuming too much sexy content affected me and maybe affecting you. There I would be, going about my business, feeling normal and not thinking about where to stash my nut. When all of a sudden, bam! Some chick in a Pokeball bra and red thong that I followed would appear before me, caught at precisely calculated angles with the facial expression that would imply she gave a fudge about me or something. This is the lure by which hot artsy girls try to get my money through my little buddy. Although I never paid money to any of these women, I did give them my attention, and that makes all the difference. But there are people who do give them money. Lots and lots of money. For an attempt to fill a hole of some sorts, pun intended. Selling bathwater may be a funny meme, but it's also filthy. I mean, literally, it's Belle Delphine's human filth.
We all share one type of water a day. It just makes sense to use the same water.
Humans are gross! The words, "I drink her bathwater," may or may not have slipped my lips once or twice or 5 times right before I blacked out at a bar. But honestly, if presented with said bathwater, I probably wouldn't do it. Therefore, we can surmise that the audience that would buy that bathwater, and they did, it's gone now, is a little further down the rabbit hole than your average Twitter peeper. No shame though. You be you. Every time you see someone physically attractive sending you attention, part of your brain lights up, and maybe some other stuff happens too. It affects your state of mind. It affects who you are in that moment. Everything a lewdy model does, at least the successful ones, is about presenting themselves as an unattainably attractive person who's also maybe into you. It's different than if you just saw some hot girl or guy in a bikini at the beach minding their own business. Pretty eyes staring into a camera with a flick of the eyebrows and a booty sway are all things women I've actually sucked the life out of in real life relationships have done to me. Except instead of a camera lens, it was directed towards my eyeballs. Subtle movements and expressions that successful naughty cosplayers nail perfectly all tap into subconscious signaling that tells your brain, hey you. But remember, they don't care about you. Oh, okay, that's way too harsh. I mean, they don't care about you nearly as much as that look would mean in a real, actual social situation. No doubt, most of these cosplayers would want you to live your best life. What I mean is, they don't know you. About a year ago, I got out of a 2-year relationship. It ended amicably, but it did end. During that time, it was a real-life human relationship where two people loved each other. There were those moments that nobody planned where one person would look at the other and give that, hey you, look. I'm not very good at the look, okay? The difference between this and a hot model looking into your eyes is there's actually meaning behind the look. When someone you care about looks at you like that, it makes you feel good in a way that makes your soul feel good, and maybe probably your vagina too. When a saucy cosplayer does it, it makes your downstairs feel something. If you think it makes your soul feel something too, then I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you probably feel very lonely. I don't say this to be mean, but rather that you can make your life what you want it to be. You got this, homie. Don't get honeypotted. It's not real. Models, barely clothed cosplayers, Ryan, are all literally eye candy. At least how they present themselves on the internet. They're people. However, mouth candy is something made to keep you addicted to the mouth pleasure it gives you. A Snickers bar has been carefully crafted by a large corporation to make you always want more. They aren't filling like actual food is filling, even though their marketing implies otherwise. They aren't good for you either. Yet, if I spent 1 year's salary on a lifetime supply of them, Snickers would appreciate me for being their best customer. See what I mean? Snickers aren't inherently bad, but they aren't the foundation of a good diet. Likewise, diddle workers aren't bad, but if they're a substantial part of your mental and erotic diet, your life will probably suffer. All of this brings us back to Belle Delphine. In many ways, she casts aside everything I said about tantalizing cosplayers. She doesn't try to craft her entire online persona as something believable. That's why she posted to her Instagram that the top comment will get a video of her eating their profile pic. That's why she did a prawn hub prank. That's why she has a 4-minute video of her befriending a dead octopus. It's why she literally sells bath water she's steeped herself in. She does things for the meme and doesn't try to pass herself off as genuinely into these things. Clearly, it's an act. Yet, in many ways, she does exactly what every naughty cosplayer does. That's why she'll post a video to Instagram doing a dirty tease wearing cat ears saying, "Which one of you gamer boys wants to play with me, hearts?" Implying she would ever spend a second with your neckbeard butt. Unless you saw her at a panel or something, but that's different. That's why she wore cat ears a different time, bit her lip, ran her hand over her bearded clam with the caption, "What would you do if I came back home and I'm in your bed?" I'm not good at British accents. Implying that she would ever present herself specifically for you. She will never do that in a million trillion years. She knows this. Most people who follow her logically know this. But the reason it works is because somewhere deep in the minds of her hardcore followers is a voice that takes this fantasy a little too seriously. Who do you think is paying her $20+ a month on Instagram? What demographic is filling her bank account? I'll give you a hint. It's bipedal Homo sapiens who need a few too many Snickers bars in their life. Ones that would drink bath water with human skin in it to feel a little more connected to another person. The more lonely you are, the more likely you are to misinterpret any cosplayer's body appeal as something more than art you can pay for if you want. All social connotations aside, Belle is a lady doing her thing, and it's working. Take away societal norms, indoctrinated morality, selfish views on your lonely bone, and what you're left with is a woman doing exactly what your mom does. Going to work and bringing home the bread. She's just getting more of it. A lot more. Perhaps one day she should open a bakery and sell her buns. Delphine doesn't deserve any hate for that. She's not the problem. The problem is having problems that might make you think she's a problem.
I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
A revelation, I know, but there's even more. A deeper elf hole to plunge our minds into. Look at this video that I did such a fantastic job of recreating earlier. At first glance, it's just a hot e-girl doing her thing, but look! A dolphin! Delphine! Dolphin! Delphine, dolphin, Delphine, dolphin, Delphine, dolphin, Delphine, dolphin, Delphine, dolphin, Delphine, dolphin. Could it be that Belle Delphine is actually a dolphin? At first glance, I thought this was ridiculous, but upon watching the H3H3 podcast, Papa Ethan asked Miss Delphine to fart into a jar and send it to him. She responded with this.
And then, by the way, she said, Belle Delphine.
This is big news, people! If you've watched our recent videos, you know that I have been on a spiritual journey to spread the word of the dolphin tribe. Ryan only recently saw the light, and many of you in the comments and on Twitter understand the peace of mind and feeling of empowerment that comes from swimming with our aquatic brethren through hyperspace. Perhaps you think this is ridiculous, but I'm here to tell you it's not. 2 moons ago, I picked up a book from a controversial bookstore that changed my mind forever. It was written in the early 90s by a lesbian who could truly channel the tribe. I don't know if it's derogatory to point out she's lesbian, but I thought it was funny she wanted us to know. If a straight white guy wrote a book on stamp collecting, it'd be hilarious too. In chapter 5, Tuning into Dolphins and Whales, the author makes perfectly clear some people believe that certain dolphins have shapeshifted, changed form through the ages, and visited humans as famous illumined personages such as Jesus and Buddha. Supposedly, dolphins have been guiding our evolution here on Terra. Terra being Earth, of course. Indeed, dolphins have come to humanity in the form of messiahs for millennia. Is it possible there's a new dolphin messiah among us? One that commands attention with thoughterry and drags the incels of the internet by their loins. Don't be an incel. Be a dolphin. A dolphine. Get that money. Pour bathwater down your booty crevice. Get that money. Pee-pee in a jar. Get that money. Poopy in a bag. Get that money. Sell it for $1,000. You're worth it. You know it. You're a beautiful individual. Your body and waist deserve to be celebrated. There's no shame in making those dollars. Slap on that lingerie and those Snapchat stickers. This is the message of a dolphin messiah. Make that money. Really though, Belle Delphine is all about business. When she looks into the camera or just looks hot in general and pretends she wants your gamer fuel, it's just business. It's just getting that money. If you can barely afford to pay rent, don't squander your paycheck on an act. If you've got the money, support who you want to support. Just remember, these sexy cosplayers are like Snickers bars. Eat too many and you might end up fat and lonely with tooth decay and ED. Be aware of what inundating your feed may do to you. Be aware of what it does to your mind, namely making you think more with your dick than your heart. Or better yet, make your own Snickers bar to satisfy that hunger. Because you know what they say, never get high on your own supply. Become your own act. Let this dolphin messiah guide you to your personal fortune. Make that money. Don't hurt yourself, don't hurt others. Instead, follow the galactic tribe to your own treasure. Be the thought you are on the inside and get paid. Just look at Ryan. He gets paid. Wouldn't you rather be compensated than be compensating? Are we all not thoughts on the inside? Money and attention are why I do anything. If Belle Delphine can do it, you can do it too. That's the story of Belle Delphine. The story you never knew. And thanks to our sponsor Dashlane, you can safely browse our Patreon and check out our Gamer Guy Bathwater. It comes in 2 flavors, Ryan and Ball. Grant Ball. Mike and Tyler flavors coming soon. And for the low price of $200 each, you can collect them all. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Do you think we'd ever put out a video where we wouldn't practice what we preach? It's up on Patreon right now. We YouTube from the heart. And thanks to Dashlane for sponsoring this video. And don't forget to go to dashlane.com/Treesicle, where the first 200 people get 10% off using code Treesicle. I'm Grant. I gotta go get in the tub again. I'll see you all next time.